What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. It's currently 10:49 p.m. and yeah, let's get straight into the charts. You can see that today we had CPI. It caused not as much movement in the markets as I wanted. I was expecting more expansion, but we've kind of just ended back up into another consolidation. I'm literally just going to end up drawing out the same PD arrays that I had marked out yesterday on DXY, so this is going to be a pretty quick video. Again, my bias and for the whole week has been me wanting to see lower dollar. So like I'm just waiting to see if we can see an expansion. We do have PPI tomorrow. Hopefully that will drive price lower. But yeah, let's just get what I had marked out in yesterday's video. I do suggest you go watch that. But what I was bringing our attention to was the consequent encroachment of this daily wick, and you can see we traded up to that today with the CPI running out stops from Tuesday, Monday and Wednesday, which is nice to see. So we know that buy side liquidity that was resting above here has now been grabbed. We should take that into consideration. What I am going to do is I'm going to mark this out. I am going to grey it out though, since that buy side liquidity has been grabbed like so. So that's been grabbed. Again, my bias has been me wanting to see us run down into this south side liquidity down here. So I am going to just mark that out one more time. I'm going to thicken that up for us, and I'll move that to the right like so. So yeah, like I said, hopefully we can see movement lower. We did gap lower, which I like to see. Again, it's things like this, little signatures like this in market structure and delivery that I like to see, that allows me to stay with my bias. So the fact that we gapped down on the Thursday suggests to me that there is a likelihood of us going lower, even though we did wick up and grab out that buy side liquidity. Let's drop down to the 4 hour and see. So you can see on PPI we traded up, ran out these relative equal highs, traded just about into this rejection block. This big long wick here is a rejection block. Again, touching that consequent encroachment beautifully. Let's see what this was. The high of this was 102.764, and the consequent encroachment was 102.768. So, you know, only 4 pipettes off of the consequent encroachment. Then you can see we have a large reaction lower, trading aggressively again towards the downside, where we have south side liquidity residing and that swing low that I've been wanting to see price reach for. So tomorrow, what I'd like to see, preferably a continuation to the downside. Yesterday, I brought our attention to certain levels that I want to see get respected. So in this case, this long wick here, I'm going to draw this out. I don't really want to see price trade back above this level here. It can do it, and that's fine if it does, but preferably I'd like to think that this level will act as resistance. So let's make this blue like so, and then we can drag that out. This is a 15-minute wick as well, so there's not really too much concern with it. Oh, there's a 1 hour one. We'll use the 1 hour one. I'll draw the 50% level off that as well, and then we can see that within the new day, I'd like to think that we can remain within this range and then use this as a springboard to push lower and run for that south side liquidity and this south side liquidity and these relative equal lows. So again, nothing's really changed. Still a bearish bias. The whole week I've had a bearish bias. It's just that every day we've been pressing higher. But I'd like to think that PPI will cause a larger expansion down. If not, then we'll simply stay within a consolidation, and I can imagine next week will be a lot more active. But again, we just have to wait and see. Let's go to GBP, and we'll start with the daily again. You can see we closed higher on the daily, and now an order block has formed. So this down close candle, as soon as we traded through it on the upside here with this candle from Thursday with CPI, this now acts as a bullish order block. So we can now look at this as a bullish order block, meaning that when price returns to it, or if price is to trade back down into it, we should expect a reaction. So I'm going to draw out this level, which we know is now a bullish order block. So as soon as price dips into that, we can be looking for buys, assuming our bias is correct and we're expecting a run up. Here we have another rejection block. I'm going to make this blue, and I'd see this as a target for price to want to reach for on pounds. So preferably new day, I'd like to think we can trade down, touch the order block, and then use it as a springboard to keep pushing higher into this rejection block in this range here. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to mark out the consequent encroachment, because if we are going to trade into this range, it's likely that we will only hit consequent encroachment and no further than that. So let's just get that jotted down like so, and now let's go down to the 1 hour and see what we can find. Again, CPI traded lower, ran out stops below here. South side liquidity was grabbed. We traded down into a bullish order block here. You can see how we've respected that. We turned around after taking out these lows down here as well, and then we've traded aggressively higher, running out this little swing high. So it does seem like, you know, we're clearly closing in ranges here. There's a lot of delivery on down and buy side, downside and upside. So we're efficiently delivering price until we have a large expansion outwards, and that's what I'm waiting for. And like I said, and I have been saying, I want to see PPI provide. But anyway, if we look down at the 1 hour more clearly, this is that bullish order block on the daily asset I'll draw our attention to. It'll be nice to see if price can dip down into that in the new day, and then use that again as a springboard higher to go into that rejection block and potentially up to here. If price gets overzealous, it will run into this high up here, but I'm not going to bring our attention to that for now, as my target so far is still this rejection block level here. Finally, let's end on euro, and we'll go with the daily again. Daily closed lower, but one thing to take note of is that if we look at how bullish Wednesday was, we do have a bullish order block here. The fact that we closed above it. CPI, I keep forgetting that it was CPI today. CPI again caused our trade back lower into that order block, but again closing with not the cleanest of price action. In terms of upside, we have relative equal highs that have now formed, residing above Thursday's high and last week Friday's high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write buy side liquidity out like so. So we know that's buy side up there. And then again, I've been drawing our attention to this all week. We have a nice big bearish order block on the daily over here as well. So I can use this as a target for price to want to reach for on euro. In terms of the lowest I'd want to see euro trade on Friday, I'm going to mark out consequent encroachment of Thursday's price action. I can't stress this enough. Consequent encroachment, which is a 50% level of wicks, is really important for you guys to recognize. So I highly suggest you draw them out on your chart so you can see how price trades them. Let's go to the hourly. You can see that consequent encroachment is marked out there. The buy side liquidity I just talked out is now residing up here, and that daily bearish order block is all the way up here. So the lowest I'd want to see price trade again down to that. To be honest, it would be nice if it even respected this wick right here. So if we fail to trade past this, that will show even more bullishness to me and will be nice to see, but it's not essential. And then we can use that as a springboard again to run up into the buy side liquidity here and into this bearish order block on the daily. So that's going to be everything, guys. Thanks for watching. I do have a really cool video dropping on Friday later as well. So I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and peace.